This is starting to wear on me. You've been raining down like hell. I'm weak. I have tried to give you my soul, but you can't love something you own. It's too late to repair what we made. What can I do? Time flashed by and I woke up on the other side of.
G'day everybody, welcome to my channel. You got me in stitches. For those of you that are new here, my name is Anna, and yeah, I have been a little bit AWOL for a bunch of time, and today's video is going to be a giveaway which I do annually just to show gratitude and appreciation for all the wonderful and unconditional kind people out there, and for a couple of people that always check in with me with your kind thoughts and seeing how I am and everything. You know how much I am so grateful and appreciative for that. Righto, so giveaway. Yeah, here we are again. This year it is going to only be for one person, and you can choose a sewing pattern, and I will include a few little extra goodies in that as well. It is open globally, and I'm going to run this for 1 week, so 1 week from today, and it will be close of time for midnight, which would be in the UK time zone. You can choose any pattern up to the value of what would be UK sterling, £20. Obviously anything under that, because obviously I have to take into consideration mailing costs, especially if it is for one lucky winner for overseas. That can kind of raise the price a little bit. If you would like to enter, all I ask please is in the comments. You do not have to put anything else. However, it is always wonderful to read comments. If you're going to write a little comment, just right at the very beginning, could you please put in capitals? If it's not in capitals, it will not be entered. In capitals, one word, giveaway. And that way it's kind of easier just to kind of look down the comments and notice it, as opposed to reading into the comments and then finding the word giveaway. All the rules and everything like that will be at the end of the video. Please read them very carefully. If you're not too sure, just put a question in the comments, or just do not enter. At the end of the day, it's just to have a whole bunch of fun, and for me to say thank you to you guys for your patience and understanding. Regarding sewing, I have not sewn very much for a very long time, mainly due to my sewing machine has been broken for a whole bunch of time, and I kind of have to crank the handle, which is not ideal because it is not a machine that is a crank handle one. It is a Frister Russman, so pretty vintage, so it has no gears, so it is very time consuming. And also additionally, I do not want to kind of potentially damage the machine if just cranking the handle would maybe kind of constitute further damage. And right now I cannot kind of justify the cost, even though it's not a whole bunch of money. It's just something to take into consideration with everything else going on. Yeah. Will I be returning to more consistent vlogging? All I can say right now is I hope to. I have all these ideas and everything like that. There will be a little bit of a shift. There may not be as much sewing or creativity. It would be other things, maybe some gardening, maybe some more animals, walking, talking about things, and just yakking about subjects that are fun, maybe even controversial, or just really interesting, and just, yeah, day-to-day things like that. When I say controversial, I mean kind of fun things like a quick unpick, or a seam ripper, or a stitch ripper. Yeah, I know, there is definitely contention in the sewing realm of what things should be called. So yeah, definitely considering returning a little bit more often. it's just, it kind of gets a little bit sad and tiring when there's the meanies out there and those that sort of send really unkind messages, and it gets you down, especially when you have a whole bunch of other curveballs to deal with in life, and it just gets too much. I know some of you guys understand. Yeah, so mixing it up a little bit, I think will be a little bit more kind of not so samey, and I have changed and developed and gone off kind of in a few little bits of directions, a little bit more different, which we all do because that is the path and journey. It's kind of like a map of life. There's lots of different avenues to take, as well as those avenues to kind of avoid. It's kind of like, yeah, bit of a dead ender over there, may not go that way. However, some dead ends are really good because you can kind of have a little bit of you time and reflection and all good stuff like that. So yeah, please, if you would like to enter, put giveaway in capitals, and all the rules will be at the end of the video, and then in a week's time video will come back and people's names will just be put in a bowl. You know the routine. If you guys are regular viewers here and you have joined, you know how it rolls. For those of you that have been asking after young man Earthling, he is doing really well. He's always been really well and helping out, and the most greatest supporter and supportive towards me and the things that I have been going through, and it's just absolutely incredible, the kindness and unconditional thought and endearment and just everything encapsulated in kindness. That is my young man Earthling. Not TE anymore, young man Earthling. Hello everybody. As always, thank you so much for stopping by, and catch you in the comments. Have a really good week whatever you are doing, and please, anywhere in the world where it's really hot, please stay safe. Okay, as always, thank you so much for stopping by.